Well, a very good evening and welcome to the Lone Star Conference College Baseball Series here at West Texas A&M University. As here in Canyon, they host University of Arkansas at Fort Smith for the first of a four-game set, as they will get things underway a little bit later than norm, usually a 6 o'clock first pitch. Tonight will be a 7 o'clock first pitch, the reason being because of the high winds, currently 64 degrees. Winds, though, out of the northwest at 24, and they've been gusting much more than that throughout the day today. So they are hoping that the winds would abate just a bit, and they should as we continue to get into the nighttime hours. But as we come into this one, West Texas comes in with a record of 19-11, 17-11 in Lone Star Conference play, while University of Arkansas Fort Smith comes in with a 7-23 record, 5-23 in the Lone Star Conference. The starting pitchers for tonight will be Lucas Petros, who will get the start for the Lions. He comes in with a record of 1-2. He's pitched 25 and a third innings. He's allowed 33 hits, 16 runs, 7 of those earned. He's walked 10 and struck out 14. He'll be going against Gavin Pringle. Pringle gets the start tonight. He is 6-1 on the season, 21 and a third innings. He has allowed 22 hits, 14 runs, 13 earned runs, and 11 walks this season. He has struck out 18. Of course, coming into this one, the Buffaloes sit in fourth in Lone Star Conference play as they come in, as mentioned, with that record, dropping that four-game set last week to UT Tyler. Both of these teams actually coming off the loss of four-game sets. Buffaloes lost to UT Tyler, while Arkansas Fort Smith dropped their 4 games at St. Edwards. And in fact, in that contest, Todd Holland, head coach for the Lions, saw his club get outscored 37-8 in that conference game with the Hilltoppers last weekend. Now, Michael Brinton leads the way offensively for the Lions. The junior outfielder from Keller is hitting .242 on the year. He has 7 doubles, 2 triples, and 5 home runs to drive in 22 runs and a slugging percentage of .505 to go along with 15 walks and 37 strikeouts, with an on-base clip of .369 this season. He'll be starting out in the 2-hole tonight as far as the batting lineup is concerned. And, of course, Lucas Petros gets the start tonight, coming into this one with a .249 earned run average as a righty from Cabot, Arkansas. He's allowed 16 runs, 7 of those earned on 33 hits, 10 walks, 14 strikeouts. And he has an average that he's given up of .317 as far as teams hitting against him on the season. As we look at the two head coaches for the Lions, head coach Todd Holland in his 20th season as a head coach, he comes in with an overall record of .500 and .391. That's a 56% winning clip on the season. This is his 20th season to be the head coach. He's been with the Lions for 9 seasons and has a .196, .181 record with the Lions. Matt Vandenberg, of course, for the Buffaloes in his 17th season overall with a .566, .329 average. That's a 63% winning percentage. It's his 15th season with the Buffaloes, coming in with a .467 to .258 win-loss ratio, a .647 win-loss ratio in his 15 years here at WT. So, again, it should be a good matchup for both clubs, both trying to get over the doldrums of last weekend, as, again, both teams dropped 4-game sets in Lone Star Conference play. Of course, they lost those on the road. Both teams were on the road last week. And so for for Arkansas Fort Smith right now, they in the Lone Star Conference come in with that record, as mentioned, of 5-23 overall, so they were sitting in 14th position in the LSC. Angelo State leads the conference with a 30-4 overall record. Next is St. Edwards at 23-6, and then UT Tyler at 21-11. And so West Texas is right behind them as well, as they come in with that 19-11 overall record and 17-11 in LFC play. Officials are out there at the home plate getting the lineup cards exchanged as we get set for this one for the Buffaloes. Defensively, it will be Dylan Fesperman over at first base, Eddie Savoy at second. Mike Mineta is the shortstop, Adam Becker at third. Ryan Johnson will be in left. Patrick Donovan will be in center. Will Finning will be in right. Corey Schmidt will be behind the plate for Gavin Pringle, and we'll go through his numbers momentarily. Defensively for the Lions, it will be Nico Patrick at first base, Noah Davis at second. Mason Reynolds will be the shortstop, and Matt Schilling will be at third. Blaze Quanstrom will be in left field. Michael Brinton will be in center, and Braden Ulmer will be in right. Cade Brewer will be behind the plate for the Lions in this contest today. Both teams looking to, again, get back into their winning ways. In this series, the Buffaloes leads this series 9-5. WT has a one-game winning streak. And Canyon WT has won this series 4-2, while in Fort Smith, WT leads that series 5-2. And in neutral sites, Arkansas Fort Smith has a 1-0 lead in that one. Looking back at last year, WT won the last contest these two clubs played in Fort Smith for 16-4. UAFS won the third game of the series 11-10. That was in 11 innings. WT won the first two 9-1 and 6-2 in the two first contests over in Arkansas. And again, both these teams coming in looking to get things going in the right direction as far as the win column is concerned. And so, again, this will be an important matchup for both of these today. And again, Lucas Petros gets the start for the Lions, while Gavin Pringle gets the start for the Buffaloes for Gavin. This will be his first game to start this season. Again, he comes in with a 6-1 record. He's appeared in 11 contests but has yet to start a game. So this will be his first one on the season to get a start. Usually Nick Marshall gets the start on the Friday games, but today it will be Gavin Pringle, as I'm sure Matt Vandenberg trying to mix things up a little bit following that 4-game road loss over at UT Tyler. And so again, that's one of the things that they're going to kind of take a look at and see what they can get going as they get set to face the Lions of Arkansas Fort Smith. And so Buffs will be introduced now. They are in their home white uniforms with maroon numerals, black hats for this one today. The Lions will be in their road gray uniforms, black tops, blue trim, as they get set for this one as well. Again, both teams trying to get back into some kind of a groove, as the Buffaloes felt like they had that in their last home series as they took care of UTPB, winning 3-1 in that series. But it was interesting, Matt Vandenberg talked about on being on the road. It seems like the Buffs seemed to relax a little bit until last week and lost those 4 games. We'll take a timeout. We'll do so and come back right after this on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
WT student athletes drink low-fat chocolate milk post-workout because it helps replenish and restore muscles quickly to their peak potential. Scientific studies suggest that the immediate benefits of low-fat chocolate milk include boosted performance, improved training, and higher recovery rates in athletes. Add low-fat chocolate milk to your post-workout routine.
Go Buffs!
The best tailgates start with the best beef, and the best beef starts with Market Street. Market Street, where we do beef the best.
In our national anthem for today, you see the flag out in center field, or out in left field, I should say. The wind coming into this one again out of the west-northwest. 24 with gust for this one today, and so we do anticipate the weather to continue to improve. Again, game time temp 64 for this 7 o'clock start for this evening. And then for tomorrow, of course, we'll get underway at 3 with a doubleheader. First one at 3, the second game to follow after that. And, of course, a 1 o'clock start on Sunday where temperatures are supposed to be in the 80s by Sunday and the upper 70s tomorrow. So should be pleasant conditions, and today is not bad at all. Sunny splash sky here in Canyon, Texas, as we get set for the ceremonial first pitch. And throwing this one out. And that is out there as well. Nice pitch. Sam Hernandez from Plains Dairy as he sends that one out to get things underway. So one of the sponsors for the Buffaloes, Plains Dairy. Matt Vandenberg goes out and thanks him for the effort. You know, always a little apprehension when you're a guest throwing out the first pitch in a ball game. Now Gavin Pringle out to warm up as he will get his final warm-up tosses in as we get set for this one today. For Gavin Pringle, his battery mate will be Corey Schmidt. Dylan Festerman at first, Eddie Savoy at second. Mike Manetta is the shortstop, Adam Becker at third. Ryan Johnson in left field, Patrick Donovan in center, and Will Fenning is in right field. Starting lineup for the Lions in this one today for University of Arkansas at Force Smith. It'll be Blaze Quanstrom to lead things off, followed by Michael Brinton. Then Nico Patrick, Matt Schilling, Dan Taylor hits in the 5 spot, Noah Davis in 6. Brandon Ulmer will hit 7th. Mason Reynolds with the shortstop will bat 8th. And then Cade Brewer, playing behind the plate today, will bat 9th. And that'll be the starting lineup for this one today. And again, Buffs are hoping to get off to a good start with Gavin Pringle. His first start of the season, big right-hander. Comes into this one. He is a 6'2", 210-pound junior out of Duncan, British Columbia. Played at Hawaii Pacific before he made the move to Canyon, Texas. And so their big right-hander getting his final warm-up tosses in and gets set to face Blaze Quanstrom. As Quanstrom comes to the plate batting 200 on the season. This will be his 26th game to appear in. He started 19 this season, his 66th at bat. Blaze has scored 10 runs this season. He has 13 hits, 4 of those doubles, and he's driven in 8. Has a slugging percentage of .323 and an on-base percentage of .329 in the leadoff role. Blaze playing in left field to get things started. First pitch he looks at is a ball from Gavin Pringle. Again, first start of the season for Pringle, although he has a 6-1 record on the year. There's a strike right at the knees. That evens the count at 1-1. Pringle with a 5.48 earned run average. That 6-1 record, he again has appeared in 11 games, 21 1/3 innings. That's hit down the third base line, fouling out of play. He's allowed 22 hits. 14 runs, 13 of those earned. He's walked 11 and struck out 18. Batters are hitting .289 against him on the season. That one misses outside. That evens the count at 2-2. Again, sun-splashed evening here as we get set to enter dusk here in the Texas Panhandle. That's fouled off at the plate, keeps the count at 2-2. Bryce Sheets happy to be coming your way on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network. Kason Johnson, our director, bringing you the pictures for this one tonight. And we expect a good one for this evening. Takes on the outside, so that is ball 3. So a full count for the leadoff man, Blaze Quanstrom. Quanstrom, a junior from Cabot, Arkansas. 5'9", batting from the left side. And strike 3 as he is called out on strikes. Tried to buy his way on, but he is a strikeout victim. That's out number 1. That'll bring up Michael Brinton. Brinton junior from Keller, Texas, played at Hill College and Western Oklahoma State. 5'10" junior. Batting from the left side, takes a big cut, comes up empty. Brenton down in the count, 0-1. There's strike two. So Pringle working ahead in the count. Both of these teams, there's a ball high. Both of these teams will tell you, I think, just by looking at their win-loss record, they play better on the road. They seem to play more relaxed. Just misses. Evens the count at 2-2 for Brenton. Brenton batting from the left side. Takes a swing and comes up empty. That's strikeout number 2. So 2 strikeouts for Gavin Pringle. That'll bring up Nico Patrick hitting in the 3 spot. Nico, first baseman, batting .253. Nico on the season. This is his 28th game to start. Looks at a strike. Good off-speed pitch from Gavin Pringle. Just misses on the outside, evens the count at 1-1. Nico Patrick, a junior from Argyle, Texas, played at Navarro Junior College. 6'3", junior batting from the left side. So the first 3 batters batting from the left side, sends that out to Adam Becker out in left field. That's going to fall in for a base hit. Heading to a rounding first, heading to second. Nico Patrick's going to go in with a stand-up double as he got that one to fly out to left field. So 2 out with 1 aboard for the Lions. And that'll bring up Matt Schilling, the third baseman. Schilling batting .280 on the season. Schilling, a sophomore from Fort Smith, Arkansas, played at Southside High School. Also played at Carl Albert State before coming to UAFS. 5'10" sophomore, playing third base today. Pretty even stance, batting from the right side. He's the first batter for the Lions, batting from the right side, facing the right-handed Pringle. That pitch is low for a ball. Evens the count at 1-1. So 2 outs here, top of the first. Runner at second base is Nico Patrick. That's going to be hit out into left field. That's going to fall in for a base hit. And Becker gets that, gets the relay in, but that'll get a run home as Nico Patrick comes around to score on the long single from Matt Schilling. So Matt Schilling drives in the first run of the day, and the Lions lead this one 1-0. That'll bring up Dan Taylor. Taylor, batting .206 on the season, his 64th plate appearance. He is the DH today. Looks at a pitch outside for a ball. Taylor from Rogers, Arkansas. 6'1" junior. Batting in the 5 spot.
I want to see the runner and the pitcher. Zoom out some. Make sure you keep that runner and pitcher in frame.
So Matt Schilling takes his lead off the bag at first. Swing and coming up empty is Dan Taylor. So an even one count on the DH. Should he get aboard Noah Davis, the second baseman in the on-deck circle. Pringle checks the runner. There's a swing that comes up empty. So 1 ball and 2 strikes now.
Two go. 4 ready. 4 go.
Pringle again looks over at first. Dylan Fesperman holding him on. Pitches outside for a ball. Evens the count at 2-2.
3 ready. 3 go. 4 go.
Pringle again checking the runner. Outside corner just misses. That runs the count full. The second 3-2 count we've had in the ball game so far. Blaze Quanstrom had a 3-2 count. He got rung up on strikes. There's a swing for strike 3. For out number 3. So, for Gavin Pringle, he allowed 1 run on 2 hits, struck out 3. There were 1 runner left on base. No errors in the inning. We played half an inning, and the Lions lead this one 1-0. We'll take a timeout and be back for the bottom of the first, but first this break on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
Bud Light, proudly brewed
In the heart of Texas. We are Carpet Tech, and we are family. More than carpet cleaners, we're a team. Diving right in, not afraid to invest in our work and each other. We're killing it day in and day out, never shrinking from a challenge. Our people are 1 part passion, 1 part grit, and about a zillion parts awesome. And we are always looking to add to our family. So what are you waiting for?
Well, 1-0, Fort Smith with the early lead here. As we head to the bottom of the first inning, Lucas Petros getting his final warm-up tosses in. The right-hander with a 1-2 record on the season. Lucas, 6'3" junior from Cabot, Arkansas. His brother, Jacob Petros, is expected to start one of the either 2 games tomorrow or on Sunday. 6'3" junior, also from Cabot. Both right-handers. Lucas's first pitch is going to be right there for a strike. Mike Mineta leads things off for the Buffaloes. Mike comes in with a .329 batting average. That pitch is high for a ball. 86th plate appearance for leadoff man for the Buffs, playing at shortstop as he looks at strike 2. Mike has 28 hits on this season. He scored 36 runs. That one misses for a ball as Petros working quickly. 18 walks, 16 strikeouts for the leadoff man. That one misses high for a ball. So that runs the count full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Mike's got 2 doubles, a triple, a home run. And sends this one out into shallow left field. Coming on is Blaze Quanstrom, who comes in to pull that one in for out number 1. So Mineta fly out to left field. And that'll bring up Ryan Johnson. Johnson batting .387 on the season. His 112th plate appearance. He has 43 hits. He scored 35 runs. Drives that one down the third base line. Evens the count at 1-1. Johnson has 43 hits, 9 doubles, a triple, 2 home runs, time called. He's driven in 21 this season. Slugging percentage of .541. On base percentage of 4 of the first 5 batters for the Buffaloes have an on-base percentage over 500. That's high for a ball. So 3 balls and a strike for Ryan Johnson. Drive down the left field line, fouling out of play. That runs the count full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Buffaloes will probably be the first to tell you they did not hit well in their series against Tyler last week on the road. And that one hits Ryan Johnson, so he'll head down to first base. So Johnson is aboard, and that'll bring up Adam Becker. So until last weekend, Adam Becker led the Lone Star Conference in batting average. He's dropped to 3rd in the league following last weekend's 4-game loss set in Tyler. Still batting .444, his 127th plate appearance. He has 56 hits so far this season, 14 doubles. That's outside. Oh, he called that a strike on the outside corner. My mistake. Evens the count at 1-1. And they called a balk on the pitcher, so that allows Ryan Johnson to head down to second base. So, still 1 ball, 1 strike. And now in scoring position is Johnson. Pitches outside for a ball. Becker, slugging percentage of .841 this season. He's walked 14 times. He's struck out 13. By the way, I might add, Ryan Johnson with getting hit by a pitch. That's the 23rd time this season he's been hit by a pitch. Becker fouls this one off. Runs the count full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Corey Schmidt in the on-deck circle. Becker from Midland, Texas. The senior third baseman settles in, ready to go. 1-0, the Lions with the lead. Becker drives this out into left field, and that one is probably gone. And that is gone. A 2-run home run for Adam Becker. That is his 13th home run of the season as he continues to climb the list. Ben Hargentner from 99 to 02 has the most career home runs with 47. Now Adam Becker is alone in second place with 35 home runs, but a 2-run home run puts the Buffaloes in front 2-1. And that brings up Corey Schmidt, who is the catcher for today's game. Quick conversation for Todd Holland out on the pitching rubber with his right-hander. The Buffs lead it 2-1. So 2 runs on a hit for the Buffaloes. 1 run on 2 hits for Ford Smith, and the home plate umpire signals that's the first visit to the mound for the coaching staff for the Lions. That'll bring up Corey Schmidt. He was the offensive player of the week 2 weeks ago in the Lone Star Conference. Corey batting .380, got hit by a pitch, and he'll head down to first base. That's the second player hit by a pitch, so Schmidt will take the walk. And for Corey Schmidt, that is the 4th time this season he's been hit by a pitch. Will Fenning, who really crowds the plate, batting from the right side. He's been hit 14 times this season. He's walked 19 and struck out 18. He's batting .337 for the senior. Fenning batting from the right side. Schmidt takes his lead at the bag. That's driven out to left field, and that one is going to be a fair ball. So Schmidt will round. Now they're going to hold him up at third base on the relay in from Quanstrom. And so a stand-up double for Will Fenning. And for Will, that is his 8th double of the season. So runners at second and third for the Buffaloes with one out. And that'll bring up Eddie Savoy. Eddie batting from the right side. Takes the swing, comes up empty. Savoy cutting into this one, the junior batting .291. His 104th plate appearance this season. He has 30 hits, 4 of those are doubles. He also has a home run. Batting from the right side, Savoy, playing second base today. Golfs that one down the third base line, fouling out of play, so he's down in the count, 0-2. So runners at second and third, Buffs lead at 2-1. Bottom of the first inning. Savoy checking back with the home plate umpire to make sure 0-2 count. So he knows he has to protect the plate. Eddie settles in, ready to go. That's going to be outside for a ball. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Following Savoy will be Patrick Donovan. That's it right back up the middle for a base hit. That'll plate 1 run. Let's see if we get 2 runs in. So the Buffs will get 2 runs on the Eddie Savoy single and push their lead to 4-1 over the Lions of Arkansas Fort Smith. And Savoy gets credit for the 2 RBIs.
Next at bat for the Buffs, number 5, Patrick Donovan.
So Patrick Donovan, the center fielder, comes up. Patrick batting from the left side. First pitch swinging, misses. He's down in the count, 0-1. Donovan from Scottsdale, Arizona, played at Chandler Gilbert Community College. 6'3", 200-pound center fielder. Takes a swing again and an off-speed pitch. So 2 good pitches from Lucas Petros. Checks the runner at first. Comes home with it, and that's going to be lifted up in the sky. And coming in is Brandon Ulmer from center field, and no, it falls behind the second baseman. That was a tough play. That was right in the sun as the sun is setting. So Ulmer coming on in right field, and Noah Davis, the second baseman, trying to go back. Just couldn't get there in time, so Donovan gets aboard with a single. So runners at first and second for the Buffaloes. Still 1 out. Dylan Fesperman coming up to the plate. Fesperman, the hard-hitting first baseman, batting .263. His 39th plate appearance this season. First pitch swinging, sends it back past the third baseman for a base hit. 1 more run will come home, and the left fielder misplayed it. So runners at second and third as Fesperman. They'll probably give him a single and an error. So he'll drive in 1 run. As Eddie Savoy comes around to score. And so we're going to have a visit to the mound, and that's going to be all for Lucas Petros, as the Buffaloes have scored 5 here in the bottom of the first, and they lead it 5-1. So we'll have a pitching change. And with the pitching change, we'll take a timeout. We'll do so and come back after this on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
We are Carpet Tech, and we are family. More than carpet cleaners, we're a team. Diving right in, not afraid to invest in our work and each other. We're killing it day in and day out, never shrinking from a challenge. Our people are 1 part passion, 1 part grit, and about a zillion parts awesome. And we are always looking to add to our family. So what are you waiting for?
Delicious, refreshing, Pepsi.
We know that egg producers don't quit at 5 p.m. We don't quit until the job's done either. Bankers' hours don't apply at First United Bank because we believe egg lending isn't a 9-to-5 job. While you're out working the fields or managing the herd, we're making sure your money is working too. Whether it's for livestock, land, or equipment, we're one of the most dominant egg lenders in the state and have been burning the midnight oil since 1907. First United Bank. We know ag lending. We know ag.
Welcome back. Chance Brossard comes on in relief here in the first inning. The 5'10 sophomore from Boonville, Arkansas. Right-hander comes on in relief of Lucas Petros, who went a third of an inning. He gave up 5 runs on 5 hits. He hit 2 batters. Only got 1 out, and that was Mike Mineta, the leadoff man, who flew out to left field. Cameron Lloyd, the DH, will be the next batter up for the Buffaloes as they have batted around in this one. Have no record on Brossard. So already going to the bullpen early as Gavin Pringle, has been staked to a 5-1 lead here in the bottom of the first. And that'll bring Cam Lloyd to the plate. Cam batting from the left side. First pitch looks at ball 1. So Cam comes into this one with a .290 batting average, on base percentage of .375. It's his 63rd at bat. Has 18 hits. He's scored 12. He's driven in 14 as that ball is past the catcher, and he held up. Patrick Donovan at third base thought it had not gone as far away from Cade as it had. Brewer was able to run that one down. So 2-0 count for Cam Lloyd, Jr. from Mansfield, Texas. Looks at a strike. So 2 balls and a strike. Cam has walked 7 times this season. He struck out 11. He has 7 doubles and a home run. Drives this out into right field, and that's going to fall in for a base hit. 2 more runs are going to come across for the Buffs. And so Cam gets a single to right center field and drives in 2 more for the Buffs, as they now lead it 7-1. So you can close the book now on Lucas Petros, as he allowed 7 runs on 5 hits. And we go back to the top of the order. Coming in for his second time this inning is Mike Mineta. Mineta, who flew out to left field his first at bat, facing Lucas Petros, now facing the new pitcher, Chance Brossard. And they've got a 1-1 count on the Buffalo shortstop. Check swing is going to be called a strike. So 1 ball, 2 strikes on Mineta. His first at bat, Mike got down in the count 1-2, then able to come back and make it a full count before flying out to left field. That one's way inside for a ball. So that evens the count at 2-2. Cam Lloyd taking his lead off the bag at first. Buff 7 runs on 6 hits here in the bottom of the first. Lloyd takes a cut, comes up empty, and he's a strikeout victim. Or Mike Mineta, I should say. So Mike 0 for 2 at the plate so far today. He's got the first and second out here in the first inning. That'll bring up Ryan Johnson, who was hit by a pitch and then scored on Adam Becker's 2-run home run. Johnson looks at a ball low. Second time for Ryan Johnson up in the inning. The 11th batter for the Buffaloes. Johnson hits that to the shortstop, gobbles it up, underhand throw over to second base in time for the force out. His Cam is retired, 6-3 for out number 3. But the Buffaloes do send 11 to the plate. They do get 7 runs on 6 hits. There were no errors. Oh, there was one error. They did call that error on the left fielder a while ago. And so there was one error in the inning for the Lions and one left on base. We have played now 1 complete. The Buffs lead at 7-1. We'll be back after this on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
It's got the looks, the style, the performance. Your new car is everything you always dreamed of, and now it's here. First Financial Bank was happy to help put you behind the wheel with a new car loan at a competitive rate and fast, friendly, local approval. It's service that just comes naturally to us, much like a love of tradition comes naturally to you. First Financial Bank, you first. Member FDIC.
Well, we go to the top of the second inning. The Buffaloes in front, 7-1. It'll be Noah Davis to lead things off, the second baseman, to be followed by Brandon Ulmer, Mason Reynolds, and Cade Brewer. It'll be the 6, 7, 8, and 9 if possible. Pitch on the inside from Gavin Pringle, who sat for a long time in the first inning. But his club leads at 7-1 here, the top of the second. So the 1-0 pitch on the way is fouled off at the plate. Pitch outside, misses. So 2 balls and a strike. It's going to be fouled off down the right field line and out of play. So that evens the count at 2-2. Davis on the season, batting .238, his 102nd plate appearance. He has scored 21 runs. He's got 24 hits, 4 doubles, a triple, 2 home runs. He has a slugging percentage of .356. Walked 11 times and struck out 21. 3-2 count from Pringle. And that's going to be drilled out to center field for a base hit. So Noah Davis hung in there for a single. Third hit given up by Pringle. So the leadoff single for Noah Davis. That brings up Brandon Ulmer. Ulmer from Boonville, Arkansas. Played at Arkansas State. He's a 5'10 junior. Batting from the left side. Pitch in the outside corner, misses. Ulmer batting .257. Got 27 hits on the season. Quick throw to first base. Diving back quickly is Noah Davis. He was kind of caught off guard with that one. Shadows begin to encroach here. In fact, third base is completely in the shadows. Home plate is too. Pitcher mound about ready to be engulfed. Quick throw back over. That's close. But that time Dylan Fesperman could hold on to the baseball. So Gavin Pringle making sure that Noah Davis knows he remembers he's out there, trying to shorten that lead to a couple of steps. Outside corner, that misses. So 2-0 for Brandon Ulmer. Ulmer settles back in, ready to go. Takes a swing and comes up empty. So 2 balls and a strike for the right fielder for the Lions of Arkansas Fort Smith. Outside corner just misses. So that runs the count to 3 balls and a strike. Corey Schmidt signals over the dugout. 7-1, top of the second inning. It's going to be driven down the left field line, fouling out of play. So that runs the count full. So Ulmer settles in, batting from the left side. Pretty much an even stance, close to the plate. Takes a swing and fouls that one off. Wind again blowing from left to right. About 24 miles per hour. That's driven down the left field line, fouling out of play. Keeps the count full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Mason Reynolds, shortstop in the on-deck circle. Ulmer batting from the left side. A lot of left-handed batters here for Fort Smith. Driven down the left field line, fouling out of play. So the 3-2 pitch from Gavin Pringle. Checks the runner at first once again. Noah Davis goes over there quickly. The runner's back. So 3-2 pitch. Again, looks over at first. Comes home with it, and that's going to be ball 4, first walk of the game. So runners at first and second.
Make sure you're following that batter to first base.
So again, first start of the season for Gavin Pringle, and we could hear, I'm sure you might have been able to hear, head coach Matt Vanderberg arguing with the umpire that was a strike on that last pitch. Umpire is on the right side of home plate, marking the card, so must have given Matt a warning. And that'll bring up Mason Reynolds, the shortstop. Mason batting 143 this season, runners at first and second. First pitch. It's going to be high for a ball. Reynolds has 4 hits so far this season. He's driven in 1, he's walked twice, and struck out 8 times, batting from the right side. Pitch is low for a ball, so ball 2. Reynolds from Fort Worth, played at Southwest Christian School in Rich Mountain. That one's a strike on the outside corner. So 2 balls and a strike. Reynolds with runners in scoring position, batting 167 this season. For Reynolds, this is his 29th plate appearance. Oh, that just misses for a ball. 3 balls and a strike. Pringle checks the runner at second, comes home with it. And that one misses for ball 4. So back-to-back walks have the bases loaded for the Lions. That brings up the number 9 hitter, Cade Brewer, the catcher. Brewer batting 196, his 47th plate appearance. He has 9 hits on the season. First pitch swinging, sends it out to shallow center field. Going back to pull that one in is the second baseman, Eddie Savoy, so that is out number 1. As Brewer flies out to the second baseman for the first out. Base is still loaded, and we go to the top of the order, and that'll bring up Blaze Quanstrom. Quanstrom, who struck out facing Pringle, his first at bat. Throws a strike in there for strike 1. Blaze batting 197. 0 for 1 at the plate so far today. Drives this one right at Savoy. Wanted to throw to first, but nobody was there, so Savoy gets Quanstrom to line out for out number 2. And that's a tough play because really Savoy, although looking at home plate, has the sun kind of right in his eyes as well, the setting sun here. It makes a nice play. Picking that one coming out of the shadows. Off-speed pitch is low to Michael Brenton. So 1-0 the count for the center fielder for the Lions. Brenton struck out his last at bat. Takes a swing and comes up empty on a fastball. So that evens the count at 1-1. Pringle. That one's going to be hit slowly to Savoy. Comes up over to first in time for the putout. As Michael Brenton is retired 4-3. So all 3 outs made by Eddie Savoy. So no runs on 1 hit. There were no errors in the inning. 3 left on base. We have played 1.5. And the Buffaloes lead this one 7-1 as we go to the bottom of the second inning. We'll take a timeout. Be back after this on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
We live where wide open roads lead to wide open spaces, where life is lived a different kind of way. We believe that generosity should always be given, but loyalty can only be earned. Community is sacred. Integrity is learned. We believe in going the extra mile, whether it's time to work or it's time to play. But most important, we believe in doing the right thing, always.
One West is the comprehensive fundraising campaign designed to fuel WT 125 from the Panhandle to the world. We will strengthen WT's impact for the Panhandle region and beyond through a historic, comprehensive campaign raising $125 million by 2025. The campaign's 3 priorities: people, programs, and places. Now is the time to make a difference for current and future generations. One West.
Well, we go to the bottom of the second. It'll be Adam Becker to lead things off for the Buffaloes, followed by Corey Schmidt and Will Finning. 3, 4, and 5 get the batting order for the Buffaloes. Coming into this one, Adam, as he first pitch swinging, sends it out to center field. He already had a home run, and that one is off the wall, and he'll go in with a stand-up double to second base. So first pitch swinging, Adam Becker with a double and also a 2-run home run. And I didn't even get a chance to tell you that Adam's hitting third in the league right now, as he had that 444 average. He upped it to 449 with that 2-run home run in his first at bat, and now it'll be even more as he's gone 2 for 2 at the plate. Adam had led the league all season in batting average till last week over at Tyler. Had a rough stretch over there. First 2 games in Tyler, he was 0 for. And so then able to get back to his hard-hitting ways. So Corey Schmidt now batting. Corey looks at his second pitch inside for ball 2. Corey, who was hit by a pitch his last at bat, came around to score. Looks at a pitch high for ball 3. Corey batting .380. Looks at ball 4. So 4 straight pitches sends Corey Schmidt to first base as Chance Broussard was being careful with the right-handed hitter. And it's his first walk of the afternoon. So Will Fenning comes up. Will Fenning, first pitch hitting over the shortstop head. And let's see, the Buffaloes will play to run as Adam Becker will come around to score. And they now lead it 8-1 here in the bottom of the second inning. So Will Fenning with his second hit of the ball game. And that'll bring up Eddie Savoy. Savoy, who singled his last at bat, drove in 2 runs, also scored a run. Batting .298, looks at strike 1. Savoy taking a look out at Chance Broussard, who came on in relief in the first inning for Lucas Petros, who got the start. Savoy down in the count 0-2. Didn't agree with that pitch. Settles back in, ready to go. Pitcher still in the sun, but everything else almost in the infield is in shadows. That pitch is low for a ball. Base runner for the Buffaloes at first base. Fenning is trying to guard his eyes a little bit so he can see. So too is the first baseman, Nico Patrick. That's going to be a down low for ball 2. So a 2-2 count for the second baseman for the Buffaloes from Montreal. Savoy settles in. Drives this one to the third baseman on one hop, who gobbles it up over to first in time, but not in time for the throw over to first base. So Savoy gets aboard on a fielder's choice, and Corey Schmidt is retired 3 unassisted for out number 1. That'll bring up Patrick Donovan, who had a single in his last at bat. Donovan batting from the left side. Pitch is outside for a ball. Broussard, who came on in relief toward the end of the first inning, got the last 2 outs. Bunt is laid down. Coming up throwing, and no thrower to first base. Nice sacrifice bunts for Donovan. And that gets the bases full for the Buffaloes, as he'll get a hit. And that'll bring up Dylan Fesperman with the bases loaded and 1 out. Bottom of the second inning, Buffs lead it 8-1. Buffs 8 runs on 9 hits. Fesperman settles in, ready to go. First pitch, good off-speed pitch, had him out in front. So Dylan down in the count 0-1. Fesperman, the junior from Phoenix, Arizona, played at Arizona State, 6'4", 215-pound first baseman. Drives this one out into left center field, back, off the wall. 2 runs will come home, and they're going to hold up Patrick Donovan at third base, but Savoy and Will Fenning come home as the Buffs score 2 more and take the 10-1 lead over Arkansas Fort Smith. And we'll have a visit to the mound as been action in the Fort Smith bullpen area. And that is going to be it. We're going to have a pitching change as we watch the change come in. We'll take a timeout as well. The Buffs lead this one 10-1 here in the bottom of the second inning. We'll be back after this on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
Welcome to Medi Drive Pharmacy. We greet you by name, and our pharmacists take the time to console you and answer all your questions. Our Health Mart Pharmacy specializes in serving our community with fast, friendly professional service and the highest quality of medicine and health products. We accept most insurance plans, including Medicaid and Medicare, and we offer free in-town delivery to your home or business. Come visit us for all your health care needs.
It's got the looks, the style, the performance. Your new car is everything you always dreamed of, and now it's here. First Financial Bank was happy to help put you behind the wheel with a new car loan at a competitive rate and fast, friendly, local approval. It's service that just comes naturally to us, much like a love of tradition comes naturally to you. First Financial Bank, you first. Member FDIC.
Well, the new pitcher is John Toney for the University of Arkansas Fort Smith. Toney is a 6'2 sophomore from Springdale, Arkansas. Toney comes in. And he's pitched in 9 1/3 innings. He's allowed 9 hits, 11 runs, 9 of those earned. He's walked 9 and struck out 11. Can't quite close the books just yet on Chance Broussard, but he pitched an inning so far. He's allowed 3 hits and 3 runs so far. That'll bring up Cam Loy. Runners with the Buffs at second and third, 1 out. Cam Loy looks at a ball outside, so 2-0 the count for Cam Loy. Bottom of the second inning, Buffs lead at 10-1. Inside pitch is in there for a strike. So that's a good pitch from John Toney. That's going to be popped up down the third base line, giving chase. That's going to fall in front of the Buffaloes dugout. Again, a tough play. Long way for the third baseman, Matt Schilling, to run. Also giving chase was Cade Brewer, the catcher. Again, the infield almost engulfed in shadows right now as the sun's setting. So 2 balls and 2 strikes for Loy. Outside pitch for a ball. So that runs the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Loy, who singled and drove in 2 runs his last at bat, has another opportunity to drive in 2 right here if he gets a hold of one. But instead, that's going to be ball 4. First walk given up by Toney. So that loads the bases. And that'll bring up Mike Mineta. Mineta is the 8th batter to come to the plate here in the second inning. Mineta 0 for 2. He's struck out and flown out. First pitch he looks at is a strike. Still action in the Fort Smith bullpen area. Get on their third pitcher here in the second inning. That's going to be popped up down the left field line. It's going to be out of play. So Mike's down in the count 0-2. So Lucas Petros got the start, went a third of an inning. Chance Broussard pitched an inning in relief. And now in relief is John Toney. That one got by the catcher. So 1 ball and 2 strikes for the shortstop for the Buffaloes from Farmingdale, New York. Outside, that misses for ball 2. Evens the count at 2-2. Moneta batting .322. 28 hits on the season in the leadoff role. Trying to make it 29 right here to drive in some more runs. Sends this one past the first baseman. So 1 run will come home, 2 runs will come home, and Buffs will have runners at the corner, first and third on the single from Mike Moneta. And the Buffs lead at 12-1 here in the bottom of the second inning. You watch that one just right by the first baseman, in between first and second. Just a solid hit. So Cam Lloyd goes over to third. Mike Moneta's on at first, and then he'll bring up the 9th batter in the lineup, in the inning, I should say. Ryan Johnson looks at strike 1. Ryan was hit by a pitch in his last at bat, or first at bat, got into a fielder's choice in his last at bat. He's 0 for 1 today. That one's outside for a ball. Evens the count at 1-1. Third at bat for the number 2 hitter for the Buffaloes. Left fielder settles in, ready to go. Outside pitch misses for a ball. 2 balls and a strike. Inside pitch misses for a ball. So 3 balls and 1 strike. Adam Becker in the on-deck circle. Runners at first and third. Johnson pops this one up into shallow center field. Sliding over is Noah Davis, and he is able to make the grab for the out. So Ryan Johnson flies out to second, to the second baseman for out number 2. So Adam Becker comes up with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Buffs leading 12-1, 12 runs on 11 hits. Becker looks at ball 1. Adam has a home run and a double. And that one gets by the catcher, so that'll play to run for the Buffaloes as Cam Lloyd comes home on the wild pitch. And Mike Moneta moves over to second base. So Becker ahead in the count, 2-0. Again, knowing who you're facing as a pitcher, you want to be careful with your delivery. That one's got the outside corner for a strike. 2 balls and a strike. Becker. Again, he's driven in 50 runs so far this season. 58 hits. That one is outside for a ball. So 3 balls and a strike. Runner at second base is Moneta. Kind of measures his lead off the bag. That one misses for ball 4, so Becker will take a walk with a free pass. And you really can't blame John Toney. He was just trying to be careful. But you go from Adam Becker to Corey Schmidt. And Corey Schmidt today has been hit by a pitch and has walked. He scored a run. Batting .380. Big right-hander batting from the right side. First pitch, drives it down the third base line, but that's foul. Jumping out of the way on that one. Todd Holland, or excuse me, not Todd Holland. Coach Hall, Corey Hall, as he's down to the third base coach's box. Corey able to jump out of the way. There's a strike on the outside corner, so Corey Schmidt's down in the count now, 0-2. 13-1 here, bottom of the second inning. And that's going to be popped up out into right field, and that's going to be a problem. And coming on to make the catch, and they did say he made the catch. Nice play by Brandon Ulmer as Corey Schmidt flies out to right for out number 3. Buffaloes, though, do get 6 runs on 5 hits. No errors in the inning, and we had 1 left on base. We have played 2 complete. The Buffaloes lead at 13-1. We'll take a timeout, be back after this on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
West is the comprehensive fundraising campaign designed to fuel WT125 from the Panhandle to the world. We will strengthen WT's impact for the Panhandle region and beyond through a historic, comprehensive campaign, raising $125 million by 2025. The campaign's 3 priorities: people, programs, and places. Now is the time to make a difference for current and future generations. One West.
When you choose natural gas, chocolate chip cookies get a little tastier. Homes get a little cozier. Bank accounts tend to put on some weight. Towels get fluffier. Showers stay hotter for longer. And our blue planet gets a little greener. When it comes to choosing energy that's clean and efficient, nothing else could be more American. Atmos Energy, your natural gas company.
Well, Gavin Pringle out for his 3rd inning of work. Gavin's pitched 2 innings. He's allowed 1 run on 3 hits. He's walked 2 and he struck out 3. All 3 of those strikeouts were in the first inning. Nico Patrick to lead things off here for the Lions. Nico doubled his last at bat, batting .262, first pitch, an off-speed pitch he was out in front of. It'll be Nico Patrick, Matt Schilling, and Dan Taylor, 3, 4, and 5 in the batting order for the Lions of Arkansas Fort Smith. That one misses low for a ball. Lions coming in after dropping 4 at St. Edwards, hoping to get off to a better start today. Buffs are hoping to get off to a good start and so far have with 13 runs on 11 hits. Lions got a run in the first inning as Nico Patrick had a double, and then Matt Schilling was able to bring him around on a single. Let's drill down the third base line, fouling out of play. So 2 balls and 2 strikes for Nico Patrick. Gavin Pringle again, 6-1 on the season, but this is his first start of the year. There's slow roller hit to Becker. 2 hops, comes up throwing over to first in time for the putout. And Nico Patrick is retired 5-3 for out number 1. That'll bring up Matt Schilling, who singled his last at bat. Schilling bats from the right side. One of the few batters in the lineup for the Lions that does bat from the right side. Schilling batting .287. Looks at ball 1. Gavin Pringle checks the wristband. And the thing about Gavin is he sat for a long time in between innings. That's going to be fouled off and out of play. So that evens the count at 1-1. When you say that, it means your arm has a tendency to kind of tighten up a little bit when you sit for so long. Pringle has thrown 56 pitches so far in the game. Got a strike on the outside corner. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to the third baseman for the Lions. That just misses outside for a ball. It evens the count at 2-2. Dan Taylor in the on-deck circle, the DH. Schilling batting from the right side. Off-speed pitch, he fouls off, able to fight it off, keeps the count at 2-2. So Pringle settles in, ready to go. So too does Schilling. That's going to be pitched as high to run the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Pitch was inside, trying to get Schilling to pull the trigger on that one. Fouled off at the plate. Keeps the count full. As day gives way to night, the sun's setting here at Wilder Park in Canyon. Lights are on, of course. And off-speed pitch had him swinging. And he is out on strikes. That's the 4th strikeout for Gavin Pringle. And again, watch this pitch. Pringle comes in and, again, just a bit off speed. Had Schilling out in front. That is his 4th strikeout of the ball game. Bring up Dan Taylor, who struck out his last at bat. Looks at a ball. Taylor batting .203 on the season. 0 for 1 at the plate so far today. 13 hits this season. He scored 10 runs. Driven in 9. Sends this one out into right field for a base hit. Will Finning has it and gets it in quickly. So Dan Taylor with a single. And that'll bring up Noah Davis. Davis. Had a single his last at bat. Was left stranded in the 2nd inning at third base. Actually, Gavin Pringle got in a bit of a jam, had the bases loaded, had to work his way out of it. Got a lot of help from Eddie Savoy, who got Cade Brewer on a pop-up. Got a line out from Blaze Quanstrom, and then Michael Brenton hit into a 4-3 put out in the 2nd inning. So no 1 pitch on the way. That's got the outside corner, but just misses. So Davis evens the count at 1-1. Pringle, the junior, comes home way outside, and that will go to the backstop. So that'll allow Dan Taylor to get down to second base in the pass ball. Really, the wild pitch wasn't a pass ball. It was a wild pitch that got past Corey Schmidt. There's a strike. So that evens the count on Davis at 2-2. 2 outs. Runner at second base is Dan Taylor. Davis. Pringle checks the runner at second, comes home and got Davis swinging for a strikeout. And that is out number 3. No runs on 1 hit. There are no errors and 1 left on base. That's the 5th strikeout. You watch it right here from Gavin Pringle as he got the second baseman swinging for out number 3. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. The Buffs lead at 13-1. We're back after this on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
Link is now Optimum, with award-winning internet, TV, and mobile, giving you the power to get closer and go farther with speed and reliability. With our new 100% fiber internet we're building, together with Optimum Mobile, voted #1 in customer satisfaction, you'll get the complete connectivity you deserve. And when you combine Optimum's award-winning connectivity with our 24/7 customer service, your future is only a connection away.
Well, welcome back to Wilder Park as the Buffaloes lead this one 13-1. The Buffs 13 runs on 11 hits, while the Lions 1 run on 4 hits, 1 error so far in the ball game. We go to the bottom of the third, and the Buffs will send Will Finning to the plate. Be Finning, Eddie Savoy, and Patrick Donovan. Finning looks at ball 1. Will is 2 for 2 at the plate today. He is a single and a double. He has scored twice. He's also driven in a run. Looks at another pitch low for a ball. Finning from Scottsdale, Arizona, playing a solid right field as he has all year long. Looks at ball 3. Will, who played at Paradise Valley Community College, looks at strike 1. So 3 balls and a strike for the right fielder for the Buffaloes. Senior settles back in, ready to go. Facing John Toney on in relief, and John throws ball 4 right there. So Finning aboard with a leadoff walk, third walk given up by John Toney. Is action again still in the Arkansas Fort Smith bullpen area. And it looks like there's some mingling around in the Buffs bullpen area as well. A little harder to tell over there. Savoy, first pitch is a strike. Bottom of the third inning. Buffs sent 11 batters to the plate in the first, 11 batters in the second. That pitch misses for a ball. Off-speed pitch. That had Savoy out in front. He's down in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. That was a really nasty breaking ball that came in there. That's going to be down in the dirt for a ball. So 2-2 the count on the Buff second baseman. That one misses outside for a ball. Savoy, who played at Northeastern Oklahoma A&M Junior College for coming to WT. So 3 balls and 2 strikes for John Toney. Runner off with this one. Slow roller, it's foul. Toney, who's already thrown 30 pitches in this game so far. Again, he is the third pitcher used by the Lions. And that's going to be high for ball 4, so back-to-back walks. Savoy will head down to first base. Finning at second. And that'll bring up Patrick Donovan. Donovan, who has singled twice today. Got a solid single in the first, and then in the second had a sacrifice single that he beat out the bunt. That brings the infield in. Donovan looks at strike on the outside corner. So the runners at first and second for the Buffs, all via the walk. Donovan looks at a pitch outside that misses for a ball. Cade Brewer was trying to frame that one to say it was the same pitch as the last one, but that evens the count at 1 apiece. Toney comes home with it. It's high for a ball. So 2 balls and a strike. Donovan settles in, ready to go. Outside misses for a ball. So 3 balls and a strike. That's one of those pitches John Toney was trying just to filter it toward the outside, hoping to get Donovan to pull the trigger on. 3 balls and a strike. That one's going to be popped up down the third base line, giving chase. And circling over there to make the catch is Matt Schilling. So Donovan pops up to the third baseman for out number 1. That'll bring up Dylan Fesperman.
Number 16, Dylan Vesperman.
So Vesperman comes up. He's 2 for 2 at the plate today. Dylan batting from the right side, looks at a pitch outside for a ball. The Buff first baseman got aboard on a single in the first, drove in a run. Also moved over to second on the air in left field that was mishandled. There's a strike on the outside corner that evens the count at 1-1. Vesperman hitting 300 on the season. Off-speed pitch had him out in front. So 1 ball and 2 strikes for the Buff third baseman. He adjusts the batting glove, settles back in, batting from the right side, even stance. Vesperman sends this out into right field. Back, and that one may be gone. And that is a 3-run home run for Dylan Vesperman, second home run of the ball game. Vesperman got that out into right field, and he'll play Eddie Savoy and Will Finning as the Buffs push the lead to 16-1 here in the bottom of the third inning. And this one you just see, it just got a hold of it, and it just went out over the 383 mark in right field. Vesperman will come around, touch home, and that'll be all for John Toney. So we'll go to the bullpen and come in with another pitcher. The Buffs lead at 16-1. We'll take a timeout and be back with a pitching change after this on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
Since 1933, the Panhandle Plains Historical Museum has housed the vast history of Panhandle Plains, given back to the community, and provided educational resources to those who live here. Located on the campus of West Texas A&M University, PPHM is free to all students, faculty, and staff at WT. We offer volunteer opportunities, internships, and hands-on research experience. From prehistoric times to pioneer travels, there's something for everyone at the largest history museum in Texas. Stop by and see us sometime. Oh, and don't forget, go Buffs!
Well, pitching change for the Lions of Arkansas Fort Smith as Dylan Parham comes in. Dylan comes in. He's pitched in 4 2/3 innings this season. He's allowed 14 runs on 14 hits, 7 of those earned. He's walked 6, struck out 4. Teams are hitting, or he has an ERA, I should say, of 13.50. So the right-hander comes in relief of John Terry. And John Terry pitched 1 inning, and he allowed 4 hits. And so far, or in total, I guess I should say, he allowed 3 runs. Also walked 3. Cam Malloy, batting in the 9th spot. Cam has seen a different pitcher in all 3 of his at-bats. Cam looks at strike 1. There's strike 2. Good fastball coming in from Dylan Parham. Parham, a redshirt sophomore from Denton, Texas, comes home with it. That's going to be low for a ball. Parham, 6'1", played at Denton Geyer High School and went to Eastfield Junior College. So the 1-2 pitch comes home. That's outside for ball 2. So Parham, fourth pitcher used so far. And that's popped up into shallow right field. Coming on is the right fielder who's able to make the catch. That's Brandon Ulmer, as the second baseman Noah Davis lost that one. So Cam Loy is retired on a fly out to right field for out number 2. And that'll bring up Mike Manetta up for his 4th at bat in the ball game. Manetta batting .330. Looks at a pitch outside for a ball. Mike is singled, struck out, and flown out today. He is 1 for 3 at the plate. Looks at a strike on the outside corner. So that evens the count at 1-1. Buff 16 runs on 12 hits. 1 run on 4 hits for the Lions. Off-speed pitch. That was a good pitch. Kind of just broke as it came in there from Dylan Parham. Kind of starts at the letters and then just drops. That's fastball. It's hit out into right center field for Mike Manetta for his 2nd hit of the ball game. So he's aboard with a single. And that'll bring up Ryan Johnson. Ryan is 0 for 1 at the plate today. He has been hit by a pitch and scored. Hit into a fielder's choice to end the first, and then flew out to the second baseman in the second. He looks at a strike there. Johnson settles in, batting from the right side, batting .381. That off-speed pitch was low for a ball. Said he was 0 for 1. He's 0 for 2 at the plate. Ryan batting from the right side. Steady senior from Albuquerque, New Mexico. Check swing, and that is low. They're going to see if he went around. They said no. So that makes it 2 balls and a strike. So Dylan Parham comes home. Johnson hits that past the shortstop in between short and third for a base hit. So back-to-back base hits have runners at first and second for the Buffs. And that'll bring up Adam Becker. Becker, who has Becker has doubled and homered and walked. He is 2 for 2 at the plate today. Adam batting from the right side, settles in, ready to go. Parham checks the runner at second, Manetta, and then comes home with it, and that's going to be outside for a ball. So again, the Buffs sent 11 hit batters to the plate in the first, 11 in the second, and so far they've sent 8 here in the third. Leading 16-1. Off-speed pitch, inside for a ball. Becker, big open stance, batting from the right side. Sends this one out into shallow center field. Coming on, that's going to be a base hit. So 1 run will come home. Becker will dig for second base, slides in there safely. And so Becker, as he gets a hold of this one, just a shallow pop-up out into center field. Coming on is Michael Brinton, but it falls in front of him, and then he mishandles it. That allows for Mike Manetta to come home. Ryan Johnson will motor around to third as Becker ends up at second base. Brings up Corey Schmidt, the ninth batter in the inning. Corey looks at a pitch that gets by the catcher, so another run will come home for the Buffaloes. As Ryan Johnson comes home on the pass ball. That makes it 18-1. And Adam Becker moves over to third base. So Corey Schmidt ahead in the count 1-0. Schmidt takes a cut, comes up empty. That's a good off-speed pitch from Dylan Parham. That's fouled off at the plate. So 1-2 count, for Corey Schmidt. It's going to be low for a ball. Buffs, who have scored 5 runs in the inning, lead at 18-1. That's hit down the third base line, and they're going to call that foul. So 2-2 count still for Corey. Schmidt, who is hit by a pitch, walked, takes a swing, fouls that off at the plate. And Corey's flown out to right field. Corey 0 for 1 at the plate today, batting .375. That pitch misses for a ball. So full count for the catcher for the Buffaloes. Schmidt from Liberty Hill, Texas, batting from the right side. That is going to be fouled off at the plate. The home plate umpire called it foul. I don't know that. I think the Lions thought that had hit in front of the plate, and they played it. But still foul ball. 3 balls, 2 strikes for Schmidt. Settles back in, batting from the right side. And Schmidt takes a big cut and comes up empty for out number 3. First strikeout for Dylan Parham in the ball game. So the Buffs do get 5 runs. On 4 hits, there were no errors and 1 left on base. We have played 3 complete, and the Buffaloes lead it 18-1. We'll take a timeout and be back after this on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
This isn't just any burger run. This is a burger run for Whataburger Sweet and Spicy Bacon Burger. 2 fresh all-beef patties with melty cheese, grilled onions, crispy bacon, and sweet and spicy pepper sauce. 1 for you, 1 for him, and 1 for your unofficial roommate, Brad. Always order an extra. You know, for Brad. The all-time favorite sweet and spicy bacon burger from Whataburger. Just like you like it.
Deep in the heart of Texas, the prairie lies
Bud Light, proudly brewed
in the heart of Texas.
Well, you see the Buff coaching staff kind of sitting back, or actually the fans watching the Buffs coaching staff sitting back and relaxing in this one as the Buffs lead at 18-1, 18 runs on 15 hits for the Buffs. Buffs have left 4 on base so far through 3 innings. Arkansas Fort Smith, 1 run on 4 hits, 1 error. They've left 5 on base. And to lead things off will be Brandon Ulmer. Right fielder looks at a ball outside from Gavin Pringle. Pringle coming into his fourth inning of work. Hard shot down to first. Schmidt has it, comes up throwing to first in time. And yeah, nice play by Gavin Pringle as that pulled him kind of off the bag, but he's able to keep a foot on. So Brandon Ulmer is retired 3-1 for out number one. Nice play by both Fesperman, Dylan Fesperman at first base, and Gavin Pringle. That'll bring up Mason Reynolds, the shortstop. Mason batting from the right side. Looks at a ball. Reynolds batting 143. Sends this one towards Eddie Savoy at second. Comes up, throwing over to first in time for the 4-3 putout for out number two. Bring up Cade Brewer, the catcher. Brewer, who flew out to left field his last at bat. Batting from the right side. First pitch misses for a ball. Brewer batting 191 on the season. Gavin Pringle comes home with it. Drilled down the left field line, fouling out of play. So that evens the count at 1-1. Still action in the Fort Smith bullpen area. Pitch is high and tight for a ball. So 2 balls and a strike. Pringle working here in his fourth inning of work. Again, first game to start. He's got a 6-1 record on the season. That's going to be hit out into right field, and Will Finning can't catch up to it. And that's going to be a stand-up double for Mason Reynolds, or check it for Cade Brewer. So a 2-out double for the catcher for the Lions of Arkansas, Fort Smith. And we go to the top of the order, and that'll be Blaze Quanstrom. Blaze from Cabot, Arkansas, 5'9" junior, batting from the left side. 194 batting average. Looks at a pitch outside. Blaze 0 for 2 at the plate today. He's lined out to Savoy at second base and is struck out. Pitch misses low for a ball. So 2-0 the count on the leadoff man for Fort Smith. That's fouled off at the plate. So 2 balls and a strike. Quanstrom settles in, batting from the left side. First 3 batters all bat from the left side. That's drilled down the left field line, fouling out of play. So that evens the count at 2-2. Cade Brewer heads back to second base. 18-1. Top of the fourth inning. That's going to be low for a ball. So that runs the count full on the leadoff man. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Quanstrom settles in, ready to go. This is fouled off and out of play. Becker retrieves that one and then gives it to Fort Smith coach Todd Holland. So 3-2 pitch from Pringle on the way. Outside corner just misses for a walk. So 2 runners aboard with 2 outs. Pringle trying to paint that corner, just couldn't get the call. So that'll bring up Michael Brinton. Brinton batting .238, 0 for 2 at the plate. First pitch swings out to left field. Giving chase is Ryan Johnson, settles underneath, and pulls that one in for an out number 3. So fly out to left field for out number 3. No runs on 1 hit. There were no errors, and 2 left on base. We have played 3.5. The Buffs lead at 18-1. We'll take a timeout. Be back after this on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
Welcome to Shimon Dental Group, where every day we're excited to see our patients and treat them like family.
We are dedicated to providing you with the highest quality care in a friendly and comfortable environment. Shimon Dental Group's patient-focused philosophy puts your needs front and center.
We are constantly investing in leading-edge technology. Innovations that speed the treatment process and improve aesthetics. We're expanding the breadth of our cosmetic and restorative services through training to provide the best possible outcomes.
Just with the level of commitment that they show to taking care of my family and I, it's absolutely unmatched in this town, so I've been very happy with them.
Brightening smiles for more than 3 decades.
Contact Shimon Dental Group for your appointment today.
Well, Will Finning will lead things off for the Buffaloes here in the 4th inning. And Finning, 2 for 2 at the plate today. He's been up 3 times. He walked his last at bat. First pitch in there for a strike from Dylan Parham. Finning led off the 3rd inning with a walk. Came around to score. Looks at a pitch low for a ball. Evens the count at 1-1. Will batting .351. Drives that one down the third base line, but that's going to be foul as it just curved to the outside part of the line. So 1 ball and 2 strikes for the Buffalo right fielder. Finning settles in, ready to go. Fouls this one off at the plate. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Finning settles in, ready. And that, they're going to see if he went around. He says no at first base. So that evens the count at 2-2. Finning settles in, ready, facing Dylan Parham. Slow roller to the second baseman. Davis comes up, throwing over to first in time. Will Finning is retired, 4-3 for out number 1. And I was just looking, that is the second out via the infield. That brings up Eddie Savoy, and I'm meaning defensively. Here's a shot over to the shortstop, and Reynolds comes up throwing, and so Savoy is retired 6-3. So quickly 2 outs for the Buffaloes. And that'll bring up Patrick Donovan. Donovan is 2 for 3 at the plate today. Patrick batting .328, batting from the left side. Center fielder looks at a strike. Patrick, who popped up to the third baseman his last at bat. That was with the bases full. And hit one in foul territory right in front of the Buff dugout. That Matt Schilling able to get over and cover. 1-1 pitch from Dylan Parnham comes on the way. It's in there for a strike. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. And off-speed pitch. Had Donovan swinging, and that's the second strikeout for Parnham. And the third out of the inning as 1-2-3 inning for Arkansas. Fort Smith. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody on base. We have played 4 complete. Buffs lead at 18-1. We're back after this break on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it. It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
Well, Gavin Pringle after his 5th inning of work, leading 18-1 as we go to the top of the 5th. Gavin allowed 1 run on 5 hits so far. He's walked 3, struck out 5. And Nico Patrick will lead things off. Nico has doubled and grounded out. He is 1 for 2 at the plate today. Nico batting .259, batting from the left side. Looks at ball 1. That's drilled past Adam Becker at third. And that one gets away from Ryan Johnson. Here's the relay into second base, but not in time. As Nico Patrick has his second double of the ball game. Again, watch this one. This is just rocketed past Becker and out into left field. And then Ryan Johnson misplayed it. They're going to call that a single and an error. So that'll be a single for Nico Patrick and an E7. Both errors in this ball game have been from the left fielders so far. Going to bring on Matt Schilling. Takes a cut, comes up empty. So 0-1 the count on the third baseman for the Lions. Schilling 1 for 2 today at the plate, batting .284. Pops this one out into right field. Will Finning turns around, gets a glove on it. Here's the throw in, and that's going to be picked up by Adam Becker. They're going to see if he took off early. Umpire says no, he didn't. And so Nico Patrick will get to third base. Matt Schilling flies out to right field for out number 1. That'll bring up Dan Taylor. Taylor's 1 for 2 at the plate today as well. Taylor struck out in the first and singled in the third. Looks at strike 1. Top of the 5th, Buffs lead at 18-1. Outside corner just misses for Gavin Pringle. Gavin, who's thrown 93 pitches so far through 5 innings, or into 5 innings of work, I should say. And that's drilled out into left center field, and that's going to be off the wall. And so 1 run will come home. Here's the relay in, and Dan Taylor will stay with a double at second base. And Nico Patrick will come home to make it 18-2. Again, you watch this one as it's just a solid wrap out into left center field off the wall. And Patrick Donovan gets it in quickly. That'll bring up Noah Davis. Davis is 1 for 2 at the plate. That's fouled off for a strike. You got to wonder a little bit as Gavin Pringle nearing 100 pitches, longest outing for him so far this year. Good off-speed pitch is in there for a strike. So no 2 count on the second baseman for Fort Smith. Runner at second base is Dan Taylor. Pringle checks him quickly, then comes home with it. Inside pitch misses. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pringle checks the runner, checks him twice, comes home with it. Outside corner just misses. So that evens the count at 2-2 on Noah Davis from Bryan, Arkansas, 5'6" sophomore. Good breaking ball, but just misses inside. That runs the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. You got to feel like Pringle's getting a little tired. There is action in the WT bullpen area. And there's strike 3. Got him. Good pitch. And that is out number 2, and that is the 6th strikeout for Gavin Pringle. And you watch this one. Man, that's right at the knees. Just a good pitch. And Davis trying to buy it from the home plate umpire, but couldn't. And that's the 6th strikeout for Pringle. Gavin had 3 in the first, 3 strikeouts. He had 2 in the third, and now 1 here in the 5th. Pitch is a strike in there to Brandon Ulmer. Ulmer, who grounded out to Dylan Fesperman his last at-bat and also walked. He's 0 for 1 today at the plate. Drives that one, foul out of play down the first base line, so he's down in the count 0-2. Pringle checks the wristband. Checks the runner at second base. High for a ball. So 1 ball and 2 strikes for the right fielder for Arkansas Fort Smith. Pringle comes home with it. Outside for a ball. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Should he get aboard, Mason Reynolds in the on-deck circle. 1 run has come home. 18-2 our score here in the top of the 5th. Buffalo's in front. Got him swinging for strike 3. And so 1 run. As you watch this nice strikeout from Gavin Pringle. Got him swinging on just drops so that you can see the ball just drops at his knees. Hard to lay off that one. So 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, or 1 error in the inning as well, and 1 left on base. We have played 4.5. Buffs lead at 18-2. We're back after this on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
This is gonna be tough. I mean, that's a bag full of Whataburger's Buffalo Ranch chicken strip sandwiches with tangy buffalo sauce and creamy buttermilk ranch, melty Monterey Jack cheese, and 3 crunchy chicken strips. How long will you have to wait before you enjoy yours? Oh, about that long. Whataburger's Buffalo Ranch chicken strip sandwich is back for a limited time. Just like you like it.
Well, you see some of the fans in the stands. The Buffs lead this one going to the bottom of the 5th, 18-2. Not a bad evening, but a little cool. That's why they're got the blankets out in this one, some light jackets. Fesperman up for his 4th at-bat. Dylan homered his last at-bat. As Dylan, batting .317, looks at a ball outside for ball 2. Fesperman 3 for 3 at the plate. He's driven in 6 today. Driven that down to the third baseman. That was a hot shot Schilling can't come up with. So Fesperman gets aboard with a single. Dylan's got 2 singles, a double, and a home run. Again, you watch this one. This is just a hot smack down toward third. And Schilling just had trouble coming up with it. Again, that just kind of ricocheted off of him. And so Dylan Fesperman on at first. That brings up Cameron Loy. Well, that's pitches outside for a ball. Cam, who is 1 for 2 at the plate today, batting .297. He's also driven in 2 runs today. And drives this one out into right field, back, and that one may be gone. It is gone. A 2-run home run for Cameron Loy. As Cameron and Dylan Fesperman come around to score to push the lead to 20-2. As Loy comes home and touches home plate. And so Cam, again, as he unloads on this one, just a high shot out into right field. And Cam hits his 2nd home run of the season. And we're going to have a pitching change, and that'll be all for Dylan Parham. And so with a pitching change, we'll take a timeout and be back after this on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
And get helped, get fitted, and get your questions answered, and find out about our price matching online today.
So Jacob Laughlin is the new pitcher for University of Arkansas Fort Smith. The lefty comes in with There's a great bender that he just threw right there. He comes in. He's pitched in 1 inning so far this season. He's allowed 5 hits, 7 runs, 5 of those earned. He's walked 6. And he has an ERA of 45. So, which usually happens when you only get to pitch in 1 inning of work. Jacob is the 5th pitcher used by head coach Todd Holland. Jacob, a 6'1 junior from Edmond, Oklahoma, played at Dodge City Community College and the University of Oklahoma before transferring to University of Arkansas Fort Smith. And he'll face the top of the order, Mike Mineta. Well, we'll change that. It was Mike Mineta coming up, but Mike will finish the day 2 for 4 at the plate. So Kix Farrell will come up, and he'll play short. Kix looks at strike 1 from Jacob Laughlin. Off-speed pitch, got the inside corner for strike 2. Good breaking ball for the left-hander. Kix settles in, ready to go, batting from the right side. Takes a swing, and that's a strikeout. So first out here in the 5th inning is a strikeout for Jacob Laughlin. And you watch, this is just a good pitch. Got him right at the belt on the inside part of the plate. Kix couldn't catch up with that one. Farrell from Memphis heads back to the dugout. And that'll bring up Ryan Johnson. Johnson 1 for 3 at the plate today. He scored 2 runs. Senior from Albuquerque, batting from the right side, pops this one up. So right fielder will circle underneath and we'll pull that one in. And so Ryan flies out to right for out number 2. That'll bring up Adam Becker, who has singled, doubled, homered, and walked today. Becker batting .457. Brought that batting average back up from .444 where it started today. Looks at a strike. The Midland senior settles in, ready to go. Batting from the right side. Off-speed pitch is way outside for a ball. It's one of those when, especially a left-hander, when you know you let it go and it has the bend, but it doesn't have the break that you want. Wanted that to break back in toward the outside corner. That one misses outside for a ball. So 2 balls and a strike on Adam Becker. Becker sends this out into center field and going back and trying to get it, but he can't. It's over his head is Michael Brinton, and Becker is going to round second, head for third, and Adam Becker will hit for the cycle as he has a triple. So Becker goes for the cycle, single, double, homer, and then this triple off over the head of Michael Brinton out in center field. You can see Becker touches second, and I don't think he had any idea of stopping at second. He was going to round it and try to beat that one out, and does. And so Becker hitting for the cycle. And that brings up Corey Schmidt. Schmidt sends this out to right field, and circling underneath that one and coming away with it is Brendan Ulmer for out number 3 as Corey Schmidt flies out to right for out number 3. But the Buffaloes do get two runs on 2 hits. There were no errors in the inning and 1 left on base. We have played 5 complete. WT leads this one 20-2. We're back after this on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
This is a walk-on athlete. They train longer, put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day with a taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons, we live for this.
Jenkins Doors and Windows began serving the Texas Panhandle in 1927, and we take pride in being a part of your neighborhood. We don't use false promises or gimmicks. We simply offer quality doors and windows at a fair price, and we stand behind every sale. Jenkins is family owned and operated, and proudly continues the traditions of quality and excellence that started over 80 years ago. Call us at 372-4336 or stop by our showroom at 820 West 6th and let our knowledgeable staff help you pick out the perfect doors and windows for your home.
Well, we go to the top of the 6th, and for the Lions of Arkansas Ford Smith, we have Mason Reynolds, Cade Brewer, and Blaze Quanstrom to lead things off. And they'll face Damon Ellerton, who comes on in relief. Gavin Pringle goes 5 innings, allowed 1 run on 5 hits, walked 2, struck out 7. And so Damon Ellerton comes on for his opportunity here in the 6th. And so we look, Ellerton, who comes into this one with a 1-0 record. He's pitched in 4 2/3 innings. It's allowed 11 runs on 11 hits. 10 of those earned. He's walked 2, struck out 2. And the right-hander takes his final warm-up tosses. And Damon from Rye, Colorado, played at Arkansas Pine Buff. A 6', 185-pound sophomore. We're going to check our scoring. They're saying that Adam Becker is not hit for the cycle. I have him for a home run, a double, a single, and a triple, but we'll check to see what they have. The official scorer has. He also has walked today. There's a strike. Ellerton gets Mason Reynolds for strike 1. That pitch misses for a ball, evens the count at 1-1. So regardless of whether or not Adam Becker's hit for the cycle, he has had a good day at the plate, for sure. He's 4 for 4 with a walk. Reynolds batting from the right side. Pitch is inside for a ball. So 3 balls and a strike on the shortstop for University of Arkansas Fort Smith. And that pitch misses low for a ball, so a walk from Ellerton. And that'll bring up Cade Brewer, the catcher. So Brewer today has doubled and has flown out. He is 1 for 2 at the plate. Fouled off. So Brewer down in the count 0-1. Of course, both teams will play 2 tomorrow, starting at 3 o'clock. Brewer pitched down low for a ball. Evens the count at 1-1. That's going to be hit out into right field, and that is going to be in there for a fair ball. Here's the relay in. And so Brewer will stay on at first base with a long single, and Mason Reynolds will motor around to third base. So runners at the corners with no outs for Damon Ellerton. And we go to the top of the order. And that'll bring up Blaze Quanstrom. Before that, those are going to be a quick conversation. There is action in the WT bullpen area. And so coming out, Corey Hall will visit with his right-hander. There's a meeting on the mound for everyone in this one. Of course, the Buffs trying to stay close in the baseball chase. As they try to keep in touch with Angelo. And so the conversation on the mound breaks up. Coach Hall went back to and so now Blaze Quanstrom will get a chance to face Ellerton. It's in there for a strike. So we'll go back to the Adam Becker conversation. There's a check swing for a strike. 0-2 now for Blaze. Blaze has struck out, lined out, and walked back in the fourth inning. He's 0-2 at the plate, batting .194. Batting from the left side. Ellerton just misses high for a ball. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. So they're saying that Adam Becker's second hit in the second inning was check it. The hit in the third inning, they're calling a double. That pitch just misses outside for a ball. Evens the count at 2-2. Ellerton settles in, ready to go. That's going to be fouled off at the plate. Keeps the count at 2-2. Quanstrom fouls this one off at the plate. So Ellerton trying to get his first out here on in relief. Runners at the corner. First base is Cade Brewer. Mason Reynolds is at third. Reynolds got there via the walk and then came around on Brewer's single. That pitch misses outside for a ball. So the count's full now on Blaze Quanstrom. You can hear head coach Todd Holland above everybody here. That's going to be driven out into center field. Donovan gives chase. That is going to be off the wall. So he gets it on one hop and gets it in. One run will score. And so a double for Blaze Quanstrom. And so Mason Reynolds comes home on that double. And Cade Brewer moves around to third base. And we're going to have another visit to the mound, and that'll be all for Damon Ellerton. So Damon allows one run on 2 hits. And so there'll be a pitching change. We'll take a timeout and come back after this on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
WT student athletes drink low-fat chocolate milk post-workout because it helps replenish and restore muscles quickly to their peak potential. Scientific studies suggest that the immediate benefits of low-fat chocolate milk include boosted performance, improved training, and higher recovery rates in athletes. Add low-fat chocolate milk to your post-workout routine.
Go Bucks!
The best tailgates start with the best beef, and the best beef starts with Market Street. Market Street, where we do beef the best.
Well, pitching change for the Buffaloes. Brady Pudnick comes on. Brady out of Houston, Texas, 6'7", 210-pound sophomore. Played at St. Edwards before he came here to pitch for the Buffaloes. Brady has pitched in 2/3 of an inning so far this season. He's allowed 6 runs on 7 hits. All 6 have been earned. He's walked 4. He has allowed a double. He pitched, I think, last week in Tyler on a short relief appearance. So the left-hander comes on to see if he can get some outs recorded here in the top of the 6th inning. Buffs lead it 20-3. But have yet to get it out here in the top of the 6th. Mason Reynolds walked, facing Damon Ellerton. And then Cade Brewer singled, and Blaze Quanstrom doubled. Reynolds came home on Blaze Quanstrom's double. So Cade's over at third now, and Blaze at second. So Brady Pudnick ready to go. Lefty will face Michael Brenton, who also will bat from the left side. Got him swinging on the first pitch. So Britton, who has struck out, grounded out, and flown out, 0 for 3 at the plate so far today. Pudnick got him swinging on an outside pitch. So he's down in the count 0-2. Nico Patrick, I should say, in the on-deck circle. But Pudnick trying to get this first out. Brady comes home with it. Good off-speed pitch. Got him swinging for his first strikeout of the ball game. It's the 8th strikeout for Buffalo pitching. And again, just watch this bend in there. Nice delivery from Brady. And got Brenton swinging. Bring up Nico Patrick, also batting from the left side. Nico today is 2 for 3. Pitch is outside for a ball. Nico has also scored 2 runs today. He's got that batting average up to 268. Got a board on a single and went to second on an error back in the 5th inning. There's a great bender that comes in there for a strike. You could hear Brady exhale when he released that one. Just trying to get a little extra oomph on that breaking pitch. That is going to be fouled down the third base line and out of play. So a 1-2 count on Nico Patrick. Nico doubled in the first, came around to score Matt Schilling's single. He grounded out to third base in the third, and then, like I said, got a board on a single and scored in the 5th. Got him to foul off that pitch. Keeps the count at 1-2. Nico sails back in, ready to go. The junior from Argyle, Texas. Got him on a fastball swinging for a strikeout, back-to-back strikeouts. So two outs here in the top of the 6th. And again, this one just kind of drops off the planet. Got on the inside part of the plate, and Nico's swinging to catch up to it. So 2 strikeouts for Brady Pudnick. Now Brady faces Matt Schilling. All-speed pitch, got him swinging out in front. So 0-1 on the third baseman for the Lions. Schilling. The pitch is low. Got by Corey Schmidt. Corey couldn't find the handle on it. And so that will allow Cade Brewer to come home and score. See if they count that as a pass ball. Blaze Quanstrom will advance over to third base. That evens the count at 1-1, too, on Matt Schilling. Here's one hit hardly toward Kix Farrell at short. Over to first in time for the putout. Matt Schilling is retired 6-3 for out number 3. So 2 runs do come home on 2 hits. There were no errors in the inning and 1 left on base. We have played 5.5. The Buffs lead it 20-4. We'll take a timeout and be back after this on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
Bud Light, proudly brewed
in the heart of Texas. We are Carpet Tech, and we are family. More than carpet cleaners, we're a team. Diving right in, not afraid to invest in our work and each other. We're killing it day in and day out, never shrinking from a challenge. Our people are 1 part passion, 1 part grit, and about a zillion parts awesome. And we are always looking to add to our family. So what are you waiting for?
Well, welcome back as we go to the bottom of the 6th. The Buffs have scored 7 runs in the first, 6 in the second, 5 in the third. No runs in the 4th inning and 2 in the 5th. And they lead 20-4. The Lions of Arkansas Fort Smith scored 1 in the first, 1 in the 5th, and then 2 just now here in the top of the 6th. 20-4 our score. And to lead things off for the Buffaloes will be the right fielder, Will Fenning. Will is 2 for 3 at the plate today. He's also driven in a run, batting .347, facing Jacob Laughlin. First pitch swinging, sends it out to shallow right center field, and that'll be a base hit. So Will Finning, as that's bobbled, will make it to second base. And so we'll watch this one again. Will just kind of takes first pitch, sends it out to center field. And that one is kind of bobbled by the center fielder, Michael Brenton. And they will call that an error, so it'll be a single and an E8. So Finning aboard with a hit. Eddie Savoy looks at a strike from Jacob Laughlin. Laughlin, who came on in relief in the fifth. Checks Finning at second. Pitch is way inside. And quick throw down to third, not in time. That was one where the catcher, Brewer, double clutched. Kind of waiting for Matt Chili to get over there. And so out at third base now is Will Finning for Savoy. 1-1 count for the Buff second baseman. And he drives that out into left field for a single. And that'll score another run for the Buffaloes. And Savoy gets his third RBI of the ball game. And that'll bring up Brian Bailey, who will pitch hit for Patrick Donovan. Brian batting from the right side, facing Laughlin. First pitch in there for a strike. Patrick Donovan, who was 2 for 4 at the plate today. And that's going to be drilled out into left field. That'll be a base hit for Brian Bailey. Heading to second base is Eddie Savoy. So Bailey gets aboard with a single. And that'll bring up Dylan Fesperman. Fesperman, who is 4 for 4. He scored 4 runs. Batting .333. Sends this one to the first baseman. It's going to be a tough play. Here's the throw in time for the putout. So Fesperman is retired. 3-1. So that is out number 1. So Savoy moves over to third, and Brian Bailey over at second base. That'll bring up Cameron Loy, who homered his last at bat. Cam is 2 for 3 at the plate today as the DH. Pops this one up down the right field line. And that is going to be out of play. Nice effort, though, by Nico Patrick. Turns into a long strike for the Buff DH. Cameron from Mansfield, played at Northeast Texas Community College. The junior, 6 feet, 205 pounds. Well, we'll change that now. They're saying that was fouled off. So it was a late change. Luke Stein now is pitch hitting from Lucas, Texas and Weatherford College. So Luke Stein comes on for Cam Loy. Cam had a good day at the plate, though, when his last at bat was a home run. That comes in and hits Stein, so he'll head down to first base. So that'll load the bases for Kix Farrell. Again, you watch this one come in, and Stein just had nowhere to go. That hits the back of the left calf. And head down to first base. So that'll bring up Kix Farrell, who struck out his last at bat. Kix 0 for 1 at the plate. Came in relief. Mike Manetta plays shortstop. Looks at a pitch inside for a ball. Kix settles in, ready to go. Looks at a strike. So 1-1 count on Kix, batting .214. Kix, a senior from Memphis, Texas. Right down 287. All-speed pitch is fouled off at the plate. So 1-2 count on the Buffalo shortstop. Bases are full. 1 out. That's right up the middle for a base hit for Kix. That'll plate 2 runs for the Buffaloes. So Kix Farrell gets a hit and drives in 2. And so Savoy comes home as you watch this hit right up the middle. Solid wrap from the Memphis senior. Right up the middle. Savoy comes home. So too does Brian Bailey. Of course, Bailey with that good speed gets around the bases so quickly. That'll bring up Ryan Johnson. Buffs now lead at 23-4. Ryan fouls this one off at the plate. Ryan. I have him 1 for 4 at the plate today. That one's going to be hit out towards right field. Coming on the right fielder. Able to come up and get a glove on that one. So Ryan flies out to right. For out number 2. And that'll bring up Adam Becker, who I mischaracterized as hitting for the cycle. He is still a single shy of the cycle. Adam is 4 for 4 at the plate. He's scored 2 runs. He's driven in 3. He's walked once. He's got 2 doubles, a triple, and a home run. So he just needs this single. That's going to be high for a ball. Adam, the 8th batter to come to the plate. Becker settles in, ready to go. Off-speed pitch had him out in front. So that evens the count at 1-1. Buffs lead at 23-4 here in the bottom of the 6th. Becker really looking for a single to hit for the cycle here. Got the outside corner, misses for a ball. Jacob Laughlin on in relief. He is the 5th pitcher used today by Arkansas Fort Smith. And that is going to be out into right field, and that is going to be, coming on to make that catch, as Adam Becker will fly out to right for out number 3. So the Buffs do get 3 runs, and they do so on 4 hits. And there were 2 left on base, no errors in the inning. The Buffs lead at 23-4. We'll take a timeout. I'll be back for the top of the 7th after this on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
We are Carpet Tech, and we are family. More than carpet cleaners, we're a team. Diving right in, not afraid to invest in our work and each other. We're killing it day in and day out, never shrinking from a challenge. Our people are 1 part passion, 1 part grit, and about a zillion parts awesome. And we are always looking to add to our family. So what are you waiting for?
Delicious, refreshing, Pepsi.
We know that egg producers don't quit at 5 p.m. We don't quit until the job's done either. Bankers' hours don't apply at First United Bank because we believe egg lending isn't a 9-to-5 job. While you're out working the fields or managing the herd, we're making sure your money is working too. Whether it's for livestock, land, or equipment, we're one of the most dominant egg lenders in the state and have been burning the midnight oil since 1907. First United Bank. We know ag lending. We know ag.
Well, 23-4 is our score here as we go to the top of the 7th inning. And Brady Putnick on for his second inning of work. And the left-hander getting his final warm-up tosses in. Brady, who struck out 2 in his relief action. Third pitcher used by the Buffaloes today. That'll bring up Dan Taylor. Taylor is 2 for 3 at the plate today. He has singled and doubled. He's also struck out. Outside corner misses for a ball. Taking a cut, coming up empty. Taylor evens the count at 1-1. Be Taylor, Noah Davis, and Brandon Ulmer, the 5, 6, and 7 batters in the lineup today for the Lions of Arkansas Fort Smith. Another cut, good fastball. So Taylor with a 1-2 count. Putnick checks the wristband. That pitch misses down low for a ball. So 2-2 count for Dan Taylor. Taylor out of Rogers, Arkansas, 6'1" junior, batting from the right side, batting .227. Pitch is low for a ball, so he runs the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Pitch is outside for a ball, so first walk given up by Brady Putnick. Taylor gets aboard. And that'll bring up Noah Davis. Davis, who is 1 for 3 at the plate. He is singled, left stranded at third in the second, and he struck out twice today. Davis batting .240, batting from the right side. Strike on the outside corner. Davis is ready. So too is Putnick. Comes home with it. No breaking ball. It just would not break. That stayed outside. Nice breaking ball that time. Got the outside corner. Runs the count to 1-2 on Noah Davis. Davis batting from the right side, even stance. Settles in, ready to go. Takes a cut on a fastball, comes up empty, and he's a strikeout victim. So that's out number 1. Third strikeout for Brady Putnick. Again, just a good fastball. Corey Schmidt saying trying to keep it low, and it's right at the belt. Davis couldn't catch up to it. That'll bring up Brandon Ulmer. Brandon has walked, grounded out, and struck out. He's 0 for 2 at the plate. Ulmer batting from the left side, facing Putnick. Good breaking ball inside, a little low, though. Runner at first base is Dan Taylor, takes his lead with the left-hander on the hill. About 2.5 steps. And that's going to be out into shallow left field. That's going to be a base hit. Johnson comes on and gets it back in quickly. It was just kind of in no man's land. So Ulmer gets aboard with a single, his first hit of the ball game. That'll bring up Mason Reynolds. So runners at first and second with one out here in the top of the 7th. So Mason Reynolds, who walked his last at bat, came around to score. Fouls this one off at the plate. Mason 0 for 1. He should say he's walked twice today and he's grounded out. Able to come around and score back in the 6th inning. Putnick checks the wristband. Southmore from Houston comes home with it. Right up the middle, hit up to Savoy, on to second in time for 1. That's all they're going to get on that play. So nice running by Mason Reynolds. Gets aboard on a fielder's choice. And Ulmer is retired. 4-6 for out number 2. That'll bring up Cade Brewer. Brewer batting from the left side, singled his last at bat. He's 2 for 3 at the plate. He has singled and doubled today. Looks at a ball low. Putnick. Trying to complete the 2-inning relief appearance. And that one got away from Corey Schmidt, and that'll bring a run home. So runs the count to 2-0 on Brewer. Putnick checks the runner at second, then comes home with it. His pitch is low for a ball, so 3-0 now the count. On the catcher for the Lions. Brewer slowly works his way back into the batter's box, batting from the left side, even stance. Batting .236. And that'll be a walk. So runners at first and second. That'll bring up the top of the order. Blaze Quanstrom. Pitch inside for a ball. Blaze doubled his last at bat. Blaze is 1 for 3 today. Also driven in a run. He's walked once, struck out once. Got the batting average back up to 206. Looks at a strike. Quanstrom batting from the left side. That's going to be hit out into center field. Brian Bailey will settle underneath, and that'll be out number 3. And that'll be the ball game as Blaze Quanstrom flies out to center for out number 3. So 1 run comes across on 2 hits. There were no errors in the inning and 2 left on base. The Buffs win this one by a final of 23-5. We'll come back and recap some of this. Also have some post-game interviews for you. Again, big win for the Buffaloes as they improve to 20-11 on the season and 18-11 in Lone Star Conference play with the 23-5 win over Arkansas Fort Smith. We'll take a timeout and be back after this on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
Suddenlink is now Optimum with award-winning internet, TV, and mobile, giving you the power to get closer and go farther with speed and reliability. With our new 100% fiber internet we're building, together with Optimum Mobile, voted #1 in customer satisfaction, you'll get the complete connectivity you deserve. And when you combine Optimum's award-winning connectivity with our 24/7 customer service, your future is only a connection away.
One West is the comprehensive fundraising campaign designed to fuel WT 125 from the Panhandle to the world. We will strengthen WT's impact for the Panhandle region and beyond through a historic, comprehensive campaign, raising $125 million by 2025. The campaign's 3 priorities: people, programs, and places. Now is the time to make a difference for current and future generations. One West.
This is a walk-on athlete. They train longer, put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day with a taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons, we live for this.
Jenkins Doors and Windows began serving the Texas Panhandle in 1927, and we take pride in being a part of your neighborhood. We don't use false promises or gimmicks. We simply offer quality doors and windows at a fair price, and we stand behind every sale. Jenkins is family owned and operated, and proudly continues the traditions of quality and excellence that started over 80 years ago. Call us at 372-4336 or stop by our showroom at 820 West 6th and let our knowledgeable staff help you pick out the perfect doors and windows for your home.
Well, welcome back to Wilder Park as the Buffaloes come away in Game 1 with a 23-5 win today over Arkansas Fort Smith. And a well-pitched game by Gavin Pringle. We'll talk a little bit about that a little bit later on. But, boy, the Buffalo Bats came alive in this one today as WT obviously able to get 23 runs in the ball game. One of the guys that was having a good day at the plate, Dylan Feverman. And Dylan from Phoenix – was it just, I don't know, tell me, how did it feel up there at the plate today?
It was fun, you know, like pulling up to the field today. We knew the wind was going to be blowing out and taking BP. The ball was flying and stuff, and we knew that we were going to have a special day today, special day for the Buffs, so it was fun.
After a tough road game, you guys had a tough series last week at Tyler. Is this one of those where you can kind of just, once the bats start going, do you kind of realize, does everybody relax a little bit?
I think so. Everybody says that hitting is contagious. You know, obviously you said we came off a tough weekend last weekend. You know, and we we just kind of got together as a team this week, and he said, we know that's not us, and we're going to bounce back this weekend. And sure enough, we did, and we came out today and swung it, and we had a good outing from Pringle too, which helped, and then Putnick and Damon, they did a nice job too. So I mean, it was just a fun game overall day, and we played well, put everything together. So
yeah, it's always fun when you win, but especially when you win big in this one.
Sure.
You were 4 for 5 at the plate today, had 6 RBIs. Did you even know that you had 6 runs you drove in?
I did not know that I had 6 runs drove in. I knew going in my last AB I had a chance to go 5, and I got a little anxious jumping on that last pitch, but it's all good. A bunch of other dudes had really good. I mean, Becker, we were all messing with him. They scored the ball to center as a double. Said he couldn't hit a cycle, but
I had it I had one as a single. I had said he hit the cycle, but anyway, I was wrong.
Yeah, no, it was funny. No, it was funny. No, Becker swung it today. We had a lot of guys who just put barrel on the balls, and it was a lot of fun. So,
in fact, your hit down to the first baseline, that was a hard play for the first baseman. You almost got a board on that one.
Yeah, I'm not the fastest guy out here on the field. If I moved a little better, maybe I might have been able to beat that out. But it's all good. It's all good.
How does this help you get ready for this series too? As you get ready for 2 tomorrow,
yeah.
Do you celebrate a little, or do you guys just take this all in right now and now get ready for tomorrow?
I think we take our win tonight and just keep the bats rolling, keep the pitching going. And we bounce out tomorrow. Tomorrow's a new day, and we just keep it going and build off this. We kind of talked this week, and let's just say that we have 5 weekends left with 20 games left. Let's say this new season. So this is game 1. We're off to a good start. So
that's a good way to look at it too. I mean, Coach B talks about. The fact is that now you kind of break it down in chunks.
Oh yeah, that's what you got to do. You can't think about the past. You got to keep looking forward. And hopefully we can build off this and make a good playoff run too, and just find a lot of success down the road. So.
Well, congratulations on a nice day at the plate. Nice win for the Buffaloes, and you get ready for tomorrow.
Yes, sir. I'm excited. Well, I'll see you tomorrow. All right. That's good.
Good. We'll keep this rolling. Bill Beverman joins us on the postgame show, and Coach Matt Vandenberg comes in, and again, nice win for the Buffaloes, 23-5 over Arkansas Fort Smith. And as I was talking to Dylan too a little bit, is this just 1, 2? I mean, again, you had a tough road series last week. Once the bats start going, do you feel like everybody just kind of relaxes and goes out and starts looking for their pitch?
Yeah, just with everything else. I mean, hitting's contagious. And obviously, yeah, we had a really bad weekend last weekend, but we hit some balls hard, and it's just a completely different place to play in Tyler. The ball doesn't travel as well and stuff, and we didn't do a very good job of adjusting. But, we told our guys to start this week, listen, we got to play this as a 20-game season, and now it's 19 games, and we need to get hot. That's the simple fact. This team's still really talented. I believe that. We can still do a lot of big-time things with this team. We're just going to have to outbang people, and we know that. Listen, our pitching's still got to get a lot better and everything, but at the end of the day, we got to out-hit people.
Well, you got a lot of hits, obviously, in this one, scoring 23. But talk a little bit about Gavin Pringle got his first start of the season. He had a 6-1 record coming into this one. But, again, gave you 5 really good innings. I know the first inning, you kind of look at it, and they did get a run, but he also struck out 3 in that first.
Yeah, no, he did a great job for his first start. Obviously, the pitch count got up there. I mean, he was over 100 pitches, I believe, and through 5, that's not great. If he's going to start for us, and that's what we kind of knew about him. I just don't know how deep in games he can go and stuff. But listen, he gave us a chance to win. We didn't have to use much of our bullpen, just a couple guys here and there and everything. So all in all, it was a good Friday night, and we got to get after him tomorrow.
Yeah, Brady come in too in relief, and I know he's one kind of you guys have been working with, and again the left-hander comes in and really looks like he settled down a little bit in this one today and kind of got in a bit of a rhythm.
Yeah, 6th inning was huge. I mean, obviously Ellerton didn't throw great, but then Putnick came in and it was lefty, with I think nobody out at that point in time, and really he should have got out of that inning. We had a pass ball there, but he did a really good job. But then he comes out in the 7th and walks 2, and those are the things we can't have. And that's why he hasn't thrown a whole lot this year, just because the inconsistency in throwing strikes, and hopefully he'll learn from that. Listen, he'll throw a lot if he can throw strikes.
Right. Obviously, it's the key for everything. So you got 1 in. That's a 4-game set, obviously, but so you get ready for 2 tomorrow. I don't want to say what's the message. I think you already said that. It's a 20-game series. You played 1 of those, and so now you got a couple more you got to go tomorrow.
Yeah, we got to go find a way to win game 1. Their best arm will probably go, I'm assuming, one of the games tomorrow, and we kind of knew that, but we'll still have Marshall as well, our number 1. I don't know. We'll figure out which game we want to go with him tomorrow as well and stuff. So I'm excited about it. I think our guys are going to start competing and doing some stuff and hopefully out-hitting everybody.
Yeah. Well, Well, that's the key, obviously, and it worked well tonight. Matt, congratulations on the win.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you
Appreciate
very
it.
much.
Thank
Matt Vandenberg joining us here on the postgame show. And again, just a big win for the Buffaloes as they win this by a final of 23-5. We had some great pictures coming your way. Big thanks to the Thunder Vision crew. Big thanks to Casey Johnson, of course, who was engineering this one and being the director in this one. Jacob Griffith, DJ Brooks, and Javier Rivera Cordero, who brought us the great pictures of this exciting offensive series in this game one. We'll see what game two has for you tomorrow.